What's up, everybody? Team Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of my Nashville Preds. Apologies in advance if this video might get out, probably after the Montreal game starts. I'm sorry. I told y'all, I'm not ready for it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be. You know what it is? You know what? It's where, you go on vacation for a week, and then you get back, and it's oh, now I gotta do work. So, I'm feeling it. I'm going through it. Apologies. But we have a job to do. We got to talk about these Predators right here, and it's a loss. Predators lose to the Toronto Maple Leafs, our first regulation loss of the year, and it's a rough one, excuse me. We lose 7-4. Now, I think early on this year, the Predators, through the few games that we have played, we have established we are a defense-first team, which is all good with me. You know, last year, we had tons of headlines during the offseason, getting Stamkos and Marchessault, but, you know what? The goals, they were rough for us to start. We had 5 straight regulation losses to start the year. So the offense wasn't there, and the defense didn't really help us out. So I'm not minding at all that we are a defense-first team. This game did humble us, I will say that, but maybe not as much as some think. Let me break it down like this. So let's talk about the goals. Unfortunately, we have a lot to talk about for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So 842, Leafs with numbers. Joshua, he has it. He swings it around. He finds McCabe just beyond the blue line. He shoots, and it looked like it might have deflected off of Jonathan Marchessault's stick, but either way, that puck's in. Toronto takes the 1-0 lead. And then 13:34, Leafs coming in on the breakout. Nylander, he finds Ekman-Larsson, and he's looking for Marcelli, but Weisblatt, unfortunately, beats him to it. That deflection, that goes in. Oliver, he is credited with that goal, and Toronto takes a 2-0 lead. The Leafs definitely were coming out of this thing guns blazing. And you know what? I don't blame them at all. Back-to-back losses against the Red Wings. This Leafs team was fuming. They were so mad, and unfortunately, we were their victims in this game. But the Predators, we continued to fight. In the first period, about midway through, we were being outshot 8-1. 8-1. By the end, the shots were 9-8 Leafs. So we were fighting back. We were doing better in just getting better quality shots. I think our problem in terms of getting shots for most of that first period was I think guys were trying to make things a little too perfect, trying to look for that one extra pass. Sometimes, folks, and if you're a fan of my channel, you know that I have a saying on here. And I should trademark this because it is pretty good. Screw it and shoot. Stop it. Sometimes it's better to stop doing all of the fancy stuff. Just get that puck on net, shoot, and you know what? Maybe we might score. So for this second period, much better start for us, I feel like. We were taking shots. Guys were ending shifts well, and we do get on the board. In fact, we tied the game. 4 minutes and 5 seconds in right here. So, 3:21. Michael McCarron. If there is anyone on this Preds team that knows how to get the juice up, who knows how to hype us up and get us back in this game, it is Michael. He has, the dude is so physical. Nice hits on the board to Ekman-Larsson. Puck gets to Weisblatt, and then Smith, and then Shea, he takes the shot, and then Michael McCarron with the finish. That deflection goes in. Predators cut into Toronto's lead. And then 44 seconds later, Smith, he hits McCabe. Once again, the forecheck for us coming through greatly. Puck battle behind the net. Weisblatt, he wins that battle. And then a centering pass to Haula, and he scores to tie the game. Again, the Predators, we continue to fight. The forecheck was coming through. This fight is something that I think, we saw maybe towards, the middle of the year and at the end. Not much at the beginning, of course, of last year. But here, I love it. I love it. We are continuing to fight. But Toronto, they did push back. However, and give Coach Berube, give him credit. That timeout that he took, that You know what? Like, that paid off for him. 849. Great puck movement. I have to give credit where it is due by the Leafs on this. So William Nylander, he shoots, and then Tavares scores his first of the year. Goals like that, I can tolerate because this is Toronto. Even though they're Marnerless, they're still the Toronto Maple Leafs. They are a team that has been to the playoffs a ton of times. They don't get far, of course, but they are a good playoff skill team. I can already hear the Leafs fans they're typing away. But goals like that, I can tolerate. I can be like, okay, Toronto, they got their goal, whatever. The first two were deflections, that's fine. This one, a little more vexed about. 16-24, Ekman-Larsson with a long pass down ice to Robinson, who chips it in to McMahon, and he scores on his own rebound. His own rebound. Puck took the luckiest bounce ever right to him. I feel like that's where our forecheck still needs work. That's where we can really come in there and just force a turnover when Toronto is on a breakout or on a rush. That's where I feel like that can really be beneficial for us. So third period, 10:42. It looks like we're having a nice breakout ourselves here, but nice. He forces the turnover at center ice, and then Allen, he sets up nice to Matthews. It's a 2-on-1, and I'm staring at the TV. I'm going, oh my gosh, poor Onanen. Poor guy. He's got to face Austin Matthews and Nyes, and it's just bam, 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 scores. Again, that sucks. That really sucks. It's like, what can you do in that moment? That would be the first of 2 goals that Austin Matthews would score in this game. But not before our captain, my boy, Roman Yossi. He gets himself a goal right here. 16:06. He takes a long wrist shot. That goes in. We continue to fight. We kept fighting. Unfortunately, I think in this game, toward the end, we fell on our sword, conceding 2 empty net goals. And I guess that goal by Perbix, that was just that juicy meat in between a crappy Toronto sandwich. And I know not my best analogy. Still working on that. Either way, this loss stinks. Predators once again lose. Yeah, first loss of the year. It always stings. It always stings. First regulation loss. Not great. But again, I go back to last year and I think, man, we were just down in the dumps. 5 straight regulation losses to start the year. Everything was stacked against us in this game. Let me just say that. And this is how I think we have changed. We have changed and we've gotten better and we've grown as a group. We're playing on a back-to-back, facing a Leafs team that, again, is mad. They are steaming after back-to-back losses themselves against the Red Wings. Even though that our defense, again, they got humbled. Onanen, he got humbled. The foundations of our success, I still think, shine through in this game. Once again, the forecheck was solid. Guys were ending shifts well, and we kept on fighting. Now, I still would want us to drop the gloves, maybe just a little bit more. Honestly, you know what? That's like the kid hockey fan in me. I just want to see some guys drop the gloves more, But we kept fighting. Once again, we were outshot 8-1 to start that first period. And then by the end of the game, shots were 30-28. We were right there with the Leafs. We kept on fighting. Even when we're down 5-2, we still kept fighting. And you know what? We're going to have games like this where it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances. I get that. Every team goes through that during the year. Facing a team with a lot of skill, like the Leafs. But we continue to fight. That's the theme that I want to stick with for this video. Is that even though Toronto got 7 goals on the board, we continue to fight. I'm proud of us. Hopefully we can keep it up against a Montreal team that, they're coming off of a thrilling 5-4 overtime win over Seattle. And so they're definitely looking to be juiced. So, boys, let's shut that down. But fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salute to all of you as always, and I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Go Preds!